Good morning, third grade. Today I want to talk to you about the English that you're going to be working on for today. And so it's page 171. And I'm going to go ahead and read this top part up here with you and then kind of talk through some of the work that you're supposed to be doing on this page. So the introduction up here says, some entry words have more than one definition. So when we're talking about a dictionary, some words in the dictionary have more than one definition. Each definition has a small number beside it. So we've got a sentence, Mrs. King put a seal on my certificate. So did Mrs. King put a sea animal on the certificate? No, she put a shiny sticker on it. The word seal has different definitions. The dictionary can help you understand how a word is being used. And so as you go throughout today's paper and work on it today, it's going to have you looking up different words in the dictionary to see what definitions they all have available for it. And it's very important that you look carefully at the directions on your paper. So if I was to look up the word seal in the dictionary that I would go to the S's. So S comes after R. So I'm going to keep going this way, and here I have S. And the word seal is S-E-A. So I need to go to S-E, and right now I'm on S-C, so I need to keep going. I'm at S-E, but I need S-E-A-L. So S-E-N, I need to go back, but I don't want to go too far because this is S-E-A. So seal should be somewhere between these two entry words. And as I look, I find it right here. And this one, it has several definitions. So we've got definition 1 would be an emblem affixed to a document to prove its authenticity. That's that sticker that they're talking about here that Mrs. King put on the certificate. Definition 2, which has the little number 2 next to it, is a mammal with sleek skin and limbs in the form of flippers that lives in the water and on land. That's the sea animal that they're talking about up here. Then it also has a third definition, and that's to close tightly so something cannot be opened. So if we seal the container shut or the bag shut, that's keeping it from being easily opened. So as you go throughout today, make sure that you look carefully at the words that you're looking up and which definition they want you to use. So the first part here, we've got a dictionary entry, that's the word clipper. It's used as a noun, and we've got 2 options for definition. Definition 1, a device used for clipping or cutting. And definition 2, a very fast sailing vessel with tall masts. So we got the 2 questions, and you're marked next to the bubble, and I've covered them up so you can't see the answers here, but mark the bubble next to the sentence that uses the second definition of clipper. So that we need the sentence that uses a very fast sailing vessel with tall masts. So does sentence 1, the clipper moved quickly through the choppy waves? Or sentence 2, Mom used the clippers to trim Dad's hair. Which one of these is using clipper as a very fast sailing vessel with tall masts? That's right. Definition 1 is, or sentence 1 is using it as a very tall, very fast sailing vessel with masts. And often to determine whether or not we're right, we can try putting the definition in place of the word. So if we say the very fast sailing vessel with tall masts moved quickly through the choppy waves, does that make sense? Or does Mom use the very fast sailing vessel with tall masts to trim Dad's hair? Makes sense. And as we read the 2 of them, we can see that the first sentence makes the most sense. So you're going to do that the same thing here, only this time you want the sentence that uses the first definition of clipper. So this first one, a device used for clipping or cutting. Then part 3 says write a declarative sentence using the first definition of the word clipper, and write an interrogative or question sentence using the second definition of the word clipper. So make sure that you're reading these instructions carefully as you go to write your sentences. Finally, it says look up each word in the dictionary and write a sentence using the first definition given. So I could look up these words and find the definition that's given. One final thing that I want to point out is the word house. If I look house up in this dictionary, which I think this is the one, or very similar to the one that you guys have, as I look up house, so I'm going to the H's, and then I need to go to the H-O, H-O-U. When I look up the word house, which should be here somewhere, and I read it, it only has one definition here. It's a building or part of one where people live. This is important. Not all words in dictionaries will have multiple definitions. Some of them only have one definition. If it only has one definition, it's just going to be written there, and there aren't going to be these little numbers out in front of the different definitions that it has. So look carefully today as you're working on your paper. Hopefully you're able to figure it all out, and just keep working hard. You're almost finished with school for this year. Keep up the good work.